Personal branding is not a new concept. It is quite old. So, in 1997, a leading marketing professional called Tom Peters released a publication in the Fast Company magazine titled The Brand Called You. That's where personal branding is introduced to the world. So it's not a new concept, it's an old one. So 27 years down the line, it has become a global phenomenon. And when you think about 2025 and beyond, it has changed, and it is set to change by leaps and bounds. So in this conversation, I would like to speak a bit about some of the mistakes that we can avoid or you can avoid when building your personal brand. Let's dive into the discussion. One of the biggest mistakes what I have seen when building your personal brand is the usage of your social media profiles. You need to be mindful when you're posting, when you're commenting, when you're sharing, so on and so forth. So it takes a toll on your personal brand. When you really look at the content that you see usually in your social media feeds, maybe you're scrolling TikTok, maybe scrolling Facebook, so on and so forth, you see diverse types of content. Some are informative, some are entertaining, some may have different opinions on some of the content we see. So whatever said and done, it is important that you inform or educate your audience, and at the same time, entertain them. So when you're commenting on posts, you need to be mindful not to criticize a figure or a certain incident, so on and so forth. If you can add value through a comment or maybe share your opinion in a positive manner, a kindness thought, that type of positive affirmation would make you look a personal brand which people can look up to. So that is why I wanted to mention some of the mistakes that I have seen during my journey in personal branding. So it's a day-to-day activity, and you tend to comment on people's posts, share them, and also express ideas, your opinions, your views. But it's important that you mindfully express your ideas and think not once, not twice, maybe as much as you can before you comment on a post. Because there are people who have built personal brands by commenting. It may be platforms on LinkedIn, like LinkedIn, or Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. However, it's important that you be mindful when you're commenting. And another mistake that I have seen in personal branding, or when someone is trying to build their personal brand, they are not consistent. They post maybe once or twice, and they don't get the amount of impressions or the likes or reactions or the feedback that they expected, and they stop. It's recommended that you should not do this. It's a matter of your impact. Follower count is dying. However, you can also make an impact, be an influence, even if your follower count is less. That's where the world is moving towards. When you're building your personal brand, do not think of your follower count, but think of the impact, think of the value you add through your content. So, mistake number 2 is not being consistent. Another mistake I have seen is that you think that you need to share others' content. This is called curating content. However, posting your original content always ranks high. So when you're posting your original content, you tend to think it would have been something that you have seen on television, or maybe on Netflix or YouTube. And that triggers a thought in yourself to create an idea for content which will be useful for your audience. So it's important that you dive deep, think deeper, and create that content. So always focus on the original content. Content that you create, humanizing the content. You have to ensure that it emotionally resonates with your audience. It may be an incident, it may be a story, an experience that you went through. Because you might find a person who has gone through the similar experience in their lives. So that person will resonate with your content. So not being consistent, not commenting in the appropriate way, and also third mistake is not being able to produce original content. So always remember, when you're producing original content, it is yours. You might come across an idea while you're walking, while you're talking, when you're meeting your friends, or at a business meeting. A problem creates an opportunity to produce content by you to give the solution. So you might find an idea in a comment. You look at a comment in a different way, which can be an idea for your content. So these three mistakes need to be avoided when you're building your personal brand. And on the other hand, this journey is fascinating. You meet people of diverse backgrounds and you connect with them, and always build relationships through conversations, because technology has brought us closer irrespective of geographical locations. You can speak to someone in the US, India, likewise, or anywhere you like. So why don't we use this facility to build connections, build bridges, bridging the gaps between the knowledge we have, and ensure that they join your conversations and add value together. So this is important when you're building your personal brand. So these three mistakes should be avoided, and you should never forget that this is a journey and this is a platform for you to go into your next opportunities. So personal branding is important than never before, because we are in an era where everything is revolutionized by artificial intelligence. Human-to-human connection is lacking. Therefore, when you are building your personal brand, your networking should include or must include human-to-human connectivity. In-person meetings. Yes, you can meet on Zoom or online meetings, but ensure that you meet that particular person. If he or she is in the same geographical location, ensure that you meet that person physically as well. So that is what I wanted to tell you in this video, just to avoid these three mistakes, and to remember that personal branding is not a new concept. It's an old concept which was originated in 1997, like I told you in the introduction. So it's important that you move forward and ensure that you build your personal brand without committing these mistakes. So it's a journey. Let's keep going and ensure you influence people in the right way through your personal brand. So you can comment on this video and tell me your thoughts and any particular topic that I need to discuss with regard to personal branding. I'm happy to help, and I will ensure that we will be discussing that particular topic that you comment in the future episodes. So until I see you next time, keep influencing in the right way. Signing off, Sasanka.